whereabouts of John Darwin over the last 5 years remains a mystery at this stage. He walked into a police station on Saturday saying he thought he might be a missing person, but neither the police nor Mr. Darwin have offered any explanation about where he's been in the intervening years. Mr. Darwin is now under arrest. So, how easy is it to disappear? Well, the investigator, Barry Schofield, has extensive experience of tracing people and piecing this kind of mystery together. He's in our central London studio now. A very good morning to you. Bearing in mind that somebody's been arrested, this is certainly a jigsaw that needs piecing together. What do you make of this story?
Well, it's a very interesting case. I'm sure the police are looking into the main thing is the disappearance of this individual. With modern technology, it is quite easy for someone to disappear, and of course there are numerous methods available to investigators, such as ourselves and indeed the police, to help trace and find the whereabouts of these individuals.
Right. Why does technology make it easier to disappear? Because surely that also makes it easier to track somebody down.
Yes, that's right. It is a double-edged sword. I mean, I heard just recently that on this programme that there's possibility that he was seen last year. Now, it seems odd. I mean, the whole story itself is rather intriguing, and I'm sure that with the right methods employed by the police and companies such as ourselves, it can be put together quite easily.
Yeah, you're referring to a photograph which has appeared in the Daily Mirror today, reporting that a photo was taken of the Darwins. He's supposed to be the person on the left there with his wife, taken in Panama City last year when they stayed in an apartment rented through the firm Move to Panama. A couple named John and Anne, pictured on the company's website with the firm's boss, Mario Villa. Mr. Villa said they'd not used the surname Darwin, so that certainly does make it extremely intriguing. Now, what about the job that you're employed to do? First of all, who normally pays you? Are your clients insurance companies on the main?
Yes, well, we have various spread clientele, but insurance companies certainly are people that do employ us. And for the obvious reasons, the financial gain for a death, whether it by accident or whatever, potentially is huge. But also people, do plan this sort of escape for a number of reasons, and not just financial. There are instances where people need to disappear through a personal reason, safety reason, or they just really want to get out of the rat race. But it's very. I've not really been involved in this case at all, and nobody's asked me to specifically look at this. But from what I've read, and certainly from what's being published at the moment, it looks possibly that this is a financial matter.
Okay, so talking more generally, you've got somebody who's disappeared, you're being paid for by, I don't know, a member of their family or an insurance company. Where do you start in trying to track someone down?
You really, like all investigations, you really have to start at the beginning. You need to find out the circumstances of the disappearance and look into a bit of the background prior to that disappearance. That would give a very good clue as to where you should start looking from there. Moving on from that, of course, there are a lot of systems available, agencies available that will help in order to use the skills that we have and developed over the years to put it all together.
There are reports in John Darwin's case that his bank account had been active in 2005 to 2006, reports that an application for a credit card had been made in his name last year. None of this has been confirmed, I have to say, but do people generally inadvertently leave clues?
Yes, like I said earlier on, it's a double-edged sword. It makes it relatively easy to disappear, but also with the technology, you have to live, you have to survive somehow, and sooner or later, electronically, those that haven't perhaps got the financial backup will have to make some sort of application, bank accounts, credit cards, something sooner or later will jog the system into life.
What about if you've moved abroad, and what about if you never use your real name ever again?
Well, as you see in the press, photographs have been taken, but presumably have been taken of this gentleman, and it's very difficult. A lot depends on the publicity that surrounds the disappearance, and how much profile the individual gets through the media. There are people that have disappeared for years. You see the posters all over London and indeed the world of disappearances. But on this particular case, if there is a financial gain, and I don't know if there is or there isn't, but if there is in this case, sooner or later the insurance companies or whoever paid out that claim will be looking into it even after the claim has been paid, and will be looking for signs of activity of this particular individual.
You're making your job as a private investigator sound very interesting. Barry Schofield, thank you very much indeed. Let's hope all cases are as interesting as this one, because certainly we are expecting to hear some more details on this story at 11 o'clock today. A news conference from Middlesbrough, Cleveland Police Headquarters. Stay tuned live there, 11 o'clock today, for the very latest on the disappearance of John Darwin. Now, let's catch up with the very latest business.